All right, so today on Project Cutlass, we're gonna get back into it. Been off of it for a little bit. We're gonna start messing with this quarter panel. I took the wheel lip molding out, gotta take that off. Gotta chip this out here, see what's going on there. I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't have a full quarter. All I have is 3/4 of a quarter right there. Quarters, yeah, it's got surface rust on it, but it's not a big deal. It'll all sand off. Hopefully that'll be enough where I can seam it. Basically what I want to do is I want to seam it on this flatter part here if I can, but I don't know what's going on there. So we're gonna have to start chipping this out, and see, that's some roof issues there. That's not actually from the quarter panel. I think that's just, oh yeah, that's some rot. More patching. But you can see this is all filler, which you know how I feel about filler. Yeah, so I got to get chipping on this and see what is going on under here. That's all filler. That's not, if you have to put that much filler in, there's something wrong. So we're going to get to the bottom of it, find out what's going on, try to get our quarter panel laid out where we can cut it, and we'll go from there. Once I get this opened up, I'll show you. Got a feeling it's going to get ugly. All right, so we're in it now. We started chipping with the hammer. This stuff was coming off. I mean, look at how thick that is. That's 1/8 inch. So it appears, now like I said, I don't know the history of this car, but by looking at it, I can kind of get a time period because I've seen this stuff before. It appears when this car was restored before, it rotted out along the window here. They put some metal in and brazed it in. Now, as far as I know, I don't know any body shops that braze anymore. Could be wrong, but I haven't seen brazing in many, many, many years. Probably back to the 80s, 90s. And as you can see, there's different levels of filler here. There was a dent here that they could have got up there and popped out more instead of putting a 1/4 inch of body filler in, which you get behind it, you bang it out as much as you can, then you skim coat it. It's kind of simple. So it might not have been a professional job. You know, I'm thinking no, but like I said, there's different layers, and it could be just 2 kinds of body filler, but it appears to me that it was done at different times. This is the original factory seam. That's the lead. The original hood or roof here rotted out here, but you can see original brazing in there from the original quarter panel. I ripped it all the way down here, made sure we were out of the BONDO. I got to take that out still. It appears we're out of all the BONDO. I won't really know until we get our quarter mocked up and get everything cut out, and then we're going to rip this whole quarter panel down to metal to see what we have. But gonna have to do something here. They do make pieces for this. I don't know how bad it is. I got to take this off and get in here, and I'll probably end up fabricating something myself, but I don't know. They do make a piece, so if I have to order something, I can, but we'll see when we get there. And like I said, this was very thick on here, and I don't like that. Don't like that at all. So it's just, like I said, body filler should never be more than a 1/16 inch thick. It's not for filling stuff. It's for making things straight. So we did cover the trunk. I don't know if you noticed, so we don't get too much crap on it, because the trunk is finished. And try to preserve this side because 90% of that is done. So we will get stripping more, and we'll pick you up when we get more stripped, and we'll hopefully not run into anything more. All right, so we got this stripped down to where we're going to cut. I kind of got a bug, and I thought I might be able to save this wheel lip. When I bought this car, I felt in there, and I could tell that this was an original quarter panel, but when I saw this, I wasn't sure what was going on. This quarter panel's had a rough 53 years. This quarter panel is road hardened, put away wet. You can see different layers of body filler. Here you can see how thick the body filler is on this bottom panel. I ground a little shut there. So what they did was they just slapped some stuff in here. That's why this just rotted out. Like I said, I think this car, like I said, don't know the history, but what I'm thinking is this car was done probably like in the 80s and then maybe in the 2000s. And the 2000s, they kind of went over what was there. And this quarter panel should have been replaced. You know, they did some work here and it looked okay on the outside, but it could have been a lot better, the quality. But, you know, people don't have the resources, they don't have the knowledge, and not that I have the knowledge, that's for sure, but I know right and wrong, that's for sure. So we'll try to make it right and do it the best we can, and I guess that's what somebody else did. But we're going to probably cut this off somewhere along here and take that bottom part. Like I said, we only have 3/4 of a quarter anyway. Have to do a little patch there, which probably won't be much of a big deal. I'm going to get behind that and then try to figure out what we're going to do there. But that'll be a little more challenging, but we'll get it done. But it is what it is. The car's 53 years old, and like I said, all in all, you know, the normal places that these rot in the back here, most of these cutlasses, this whole area rots away. So what happens is the quarter panels rot through in there, and then when they drive, it throws dirt and mud, rots out the trunk, rots out this part. And that's what I was impressed with. You know, this trunk wasn't rotted out on the inside. It had rot on the outside, but it wasn't on the inside, which I was very impressed. So this quarter panel, you know, you can see its piece there, and it was bondoed, and so we'll cut all that out and get this lower section replaced, and we'll show you once we get it cut and figure out what we're doing. All right, so we're taking a little break from the quarter panel. Not that I've worked on it that long, but I think I showed you in the last session. I stripped it all down. I'm pretty sure we are going to seam it here. It's going to be less filler. If I seam it along here, this whole seam is filler, and I got to weld. I think it'll be less welding. I don't know yet. But I have to take the door off anyway, and I got sidetracked my ADD. As you can see, the bottom of this door is pretty bad. I think it's worse than the other one, which isn't good because I don't have another piece for that. But I don't know, we'll figure something out. But I just wanted to do a quick tutorial, I guess you call it, on people don't realize how these old door handles and wind-up parts come off. Most people, of course, unless you're an old car guy, you know, but this is a special tool that I've had for probably 30 years. And what you do is you take this, you slide it in there, just give it a little push, and then it comes right off. And see, there's a clip in here that actually goes onto the back of that. And then with these, you actually have to, I'm going to work with one hand here, try to work with one hand here. So that takes the pad off, and then what you do is, see there's a clip right there, and then so what we do is, this one you could probably get with the needle nose, but it's almost just easier to do it that way. Then the clip's off, and then that's supposed to come off. But of course it's been on there for 50 some odd years, but it comes off pretty easily. So I just wanted to show you all that. A buddy of mine said recently, he's like, do you have that special tool for the thing? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's like a cheap, you know, I don't know how much it was, but 30 years ago, I'm sure it wasn't much money. But what we'll do is we'll take the rest of this door panel apart. Not sure if we're gonna try to save that or not. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we definitely got some rust issues on this door. The outer skin looks okay, but we'll have to see once we get into it. It would be nice to find another door, but I don't know. So, all right, we're gonna just take the rest of that door panel off and then try to mock this up and see where we're gonna cut this.